Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're going to have a discussion about principles to live by. The just shall live by faith. So if you're interested, stay tuned, and as always, I'm going to pray for you at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so to start off, principles to live by. Principles to live by. The scripture is full of principles that we can live by, which is a very, very good thing. If you want a good system to live by, use the principles of scripture. Now, the one we're going to have a look at today is faith. Faith as a currency. Scripture says, especially if you go and read in Romans, it says, and the just shall live by faith. Now that comes from Habakkuk, that when Paul said, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. I want you to think about it. If you are a just person, do you live by faith? And that is our currency. I want you to see it as a currency. And why as a currency? Because it's a good explanation. If we have a look at the centurion, when the Lord said, such great faith I haven't seen in the whole of Israel. That is when he understood the principles of authority connected to faith. And also again he said, oh ye of little faith, how long am I going to bear with you? Now, so you can have great faith and you have got little faith. And an easy explanation is to use it as currency. If you have currency, let's say you've got a lot of money, then it is easy to come by things. You can buy what you need. But if you have little currency, you don't have a lot of money, then it starts to get difficult. It is even difficult to buy food. It is difficult to pay your bills. It is difficult to go about normal things in life. Now, if you have faith as strong as little as a mustard seed, it can grow into a strong tree. So that is like the principle of saving, where you invest something that you have and allow it to grow. Remember, a tree takes time to grow. It's not a seed today and tomorrow it's a giant tree. It's a process. So if we walk by the process where we increase our faith, then you can understand faith. But I want you to think about faith. If you don't have faith, you're not going to get the healing that you need. You're not going to get the provision that you need. But if you have a lot of faith, you're going to have a lot of things that you need. So focus on increasing your faith. Focus on using your faith for what you need. And that is one of the reasons why you're going to have to look at increasing your faith. So today, don't allow the opportunities to pass you by to grow your faith. Meaning, when difficulties come, let's say currency wise, I want to buy something that I don't have money for. What am I going to do to get the money to buy what I need? And that is using the opportunities. And say, if I just take my son for example, he fixed a couple of garden equipment and he sold it. And he gained a lot of money for that. So what he did was he bought some additional things that he needs so that he can fix it up. But he also bought some tools. So he used the difficult circumstances of not having money to increase his money through his ability. And that is a good example of using your ability that you currently have to increase your faith. Increase your faith as you would increase your finances. So if you receive a difficult opportunity today where you don't have the finances you need, then work at it. Work at it up until your faith is strong enough. Father, I pray today that you will help us to use the opportunities to increase our faith. Help us to increase the flow of our faith. Help us to see the opportunities that we need so that our faith will be strong. I thank you for your love and I thank you for your mercy. And I thank you for that in the name of Yeshua. Be blessed.